welcome to Dream Interpretations in the Shadows of Dreams with myself, Journey Ryan, and none other than my wonderful co-host. Hey,
Hi. Hey. How you doing?
how's it going?
It is great. Another night.
Ooh, I didn't
Another
realize
night of dreams.
I'm looking very Grizzly Adams right now. I need to share
Well, a
a couple
we're a
days.
little rough and rugged for him today.
It's sleepy shit. It's sleepy face. So it's dream time. So it's definitely time to shave. All right, so guys, I hope you guys are all going to dive deep and forth those dreams as we see the dreams starting to come through. So we're going to try to get to as many dreams as we possibly can. And oh yeah, you're wearing your glasses. I
I've
didn't
got my spectacles. Here he is.
know
There he is.
wear your
He's
glasses.
joining me. He's
Night.
joining me.
Awesome sauce. All right, so Gemma says she loves your glasses and
Thank you.
darn excited. So, guys, if you have a dream that you guys would like to have some information on, don't hesitate to put them in the chat so that way we can look at them, dissect them. If you guys have something you would like to have us go deeper on, dive deeper on, go ahead and hit that donation link. We'll be more than happy to dive deeper, get to these questions, and communicate about that. Guys, do remember they are about the dreams. So if you're looking for a psychic reading, you guys can come back tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern, where you'll have me, Journey Ryan, and we will dive deep into those wonderful questions. But tonight's about dreams, so let's talk about those dreams. I definitely feel like there is a lot going on. So we do have some
intense ones picking up here.
Dreams here, but we also have new terminology that a lot of people have not heard about, and we will dive deep into that as we get in. And as we saw some of the dreams coming through, we like to read and get an understanding of what we have before us, so we can break that down for you. Now, I know everybody's like, I can just buy a dream book, and thing about dream books are they give definition to certain things, but they do not explain your situation. So have a dream interpreter look into the dream and really dive deep as to what's happening. It will show you what's happening with you in your waking life and what is bothering you, what your subconscious is trying to tell you. Because a lot of times your subconscious will try to warn you of something before you put your heart all the way into it, or maybe your heart's leading the way and your mind is like, stop, fucking knock it off. So we have to take a look at that and see, am I thinking about things logically? Am I letting my heart lead the way? Am I really letting these people treat me the way that they are? Because the way our dreams work, it allows us to interpret it in a way that we would understand it. So you got people that go out there and they're like, oh, I don't remember my dreams. The reason you don't remember your dreams, because everybody dreams and they dream every night. It's how we decompress. That is how the mind unloads its information that it's obtained for that day. It's because you understood the information being brought to you. So it's not that you didn't dream. It is that you understood what was being brought to you. So those of us who have these dreams and we remember them, we're like, I don't get what that was about. Holy cow, why did I have that dream? Because the minute you wake up from a dream, you're like, what the hell was that about? I wasn't expecting that. There's something going on in your waking life, and we are going to be able to dive deep and get to that. So just know that's where we're going. Guys, if you are for a reading, you guys can head over to mypsychicconnection.com, or you can wait until tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. So if you're looking for a reading, that is where you will find them. Or you guys want to talk about your dreams, tonight is the dream show. So guys, please bear with us as we try to get to all the dreams that we possibly can. And guys, do know if you guys would like this to go a little bit deeper, you guys click that donation link. We'll be more than happy to dive deeper on the dream that you are bringing forth for us. But do know that there is a dream button. Remember to click the dream button. That's both of us diving deep on this exact dream and find out what we've got to say about it and how it affects you and the direction in which you're going. I feel like I have like this like smoky weirdness
You
about
look
it. It's
so very mystical today. It's angelic in a way. Like if
I
I
like
had
it.
to think of you in the dream state,
Yes,
this is how you would come to me. But
as the all
also
knowing
with like
presence.
a freaking megaphone because like I don't listen, you know what I mean? Like, hey,
Hey, attention!
get up.
Wake the hell up! I'm the person in the dream that'll throw the rock at your head, so you know. All right, Kay, are we ready to dive deep into our first dream tonight?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, Kay's going to start off with our first dream, starting
All
with
right. We have Gemma. Hello, Miss Gemma. Gemma says, I had a dream. I was talking, kept feeling something weird in my mouth, and then lots of broken glass kept falling out. And all day I kept picking glass out of my mouth. It kind of hurt, but I felt embarrassed. Okay. All right. So with that dream, the one thing that really stands out to me is the glass, right? There's another part. Okay, I have a lot of dreams that I actually have orgasms, but weirdly, they are never actually sexual. Like I dream about walking down the street or doing some cleaning, normal things, and it would just happen. All right, what does that mean? No, no embarrassment here, my love. We're gonna talk about it. But let's go to your first part of your dream. Where you were saying the glass was coming out of your mouth repeatedly. Okay. So there's several different things that we can kind of break that down. One, not being able to speak clearly and not being able to get the words that you want to be able to get out, and being afraid, right, of the results of what you may say, how people may react. Like when we think of that glass, right, it's something that could cut if moved the wrong way. um, Also, this can also indicate that there could be conflict between you and a partner. There could be things that are being said or things that are being thought about, that could be starting a sense of an argument or a disruption in the relationship. So you want to be mindful of that too. Are you expressing yourself the way that you need to express yourself? Have you been able to express yourself freely without fear of repercussions for what you may say? Um, Also, I think as well here with this too is there's so much here that I think that you may be holding back that you are needing to release. Okay, so um, don't stay closed off because that's very much so reflecting in your sleeping life, like and your subconscious is really screaming at you that you need to be able to get heard or be seen in the right ways. The next part of your dream, right? Let me see the second dream again. Okay. All right. So you're not actually physically having sex, but you are still having orgasms. So that is what we would call a wet dream, but it's also called a nocturnal orgasm. Okay. So now with that, you're feeling all those stimulations. You don't necessarily need to. She says, my parents haven't had to look after me in recovery, and it's been quite triggering. Okay, that makes sense. So you may be needing to express certain things with them with that as well. That could be haunting you. With that, there's some things that I feel like you want to be more fulfilled with in your sexual life. There may be things that you may want to try, that you haven't been able to. There may be a part of you that is, and this is also, because a lot of people think shadow work is just, these just about, oh, these deep traumas and things like that. No, there's shadow work even in sex. Okay. What is it that you would feel is fulfilling for you, but maybe against what your traditional norm is, or that you may have anxieties about because you're not fully comfortable in your own skin? So I feel like there is a lot that may be there, that is some sexual tension that is, sitting there, but there's a need for you to release. She says it's just so weird. It's never actual sex. It's not never actual sexual. It's never going to be that way. It's never going to be fully that. You're feeling the energy. You have the desire. You have the want. There's that sense of fulfillment that you get. Orgasms aren't always just coming from the physical stimulation of sex when you think about it either. Okay. There's other things that can cause one to feel that arousal. So I think there's things that you need to see where that fulfillment is coming in. But nonetheless, my love, it's still one of those streams. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and pass it over to Journey before he kicks my butt.
Where she says everything. All right, so Gemma, we're gonna go back to where you're having the dream where the glass is falling out of your mouth and you were picking out. So it's you said to Kay on that level is that your parents had been there. So with your parents being there and holding your tongue, not saying what you want to, there is a part of you that is wanting to speak your mind, but is not getting that opportunity to do so because not only are you trying to spare their feelings, but you've never talked to your parents in any type of way, so you don't feel that you need to. Your dream is also trying to talk to you about it is time for you to speak your mind. Do allow them to allow you to do more for yourself. The dream is talking about you doing things for yourself, but you're afraid that if you say, I need to do this myself, that you're going to hurt their feelings and it's going to cut like glass. You've heard that, before. Unfortunately, you are muting yourself. You shouldn't be muting yourself. You need to be focused. You need to be working on the things that make you happy, the things that are, you know, the things you're not saying, because you have a lot that you're not saying. You're not coming to the surface. You're not coming to uh, everything the way that you need to. So take a moment, look at yourself. What am I not saying? What do I need to say? How do I say it? Because the glass that's in your mouth will disappear. She says, it feels uncomfortable having anyone look after me. I'm hyper independent. Okay, but you need to say that. Say, I appreciate you and I appreciate all that you do, but there are certain things that I need to do for myself. That way I don't become dependent on anybody, and that way I can still rely on myself. What I would do there is continue to keep doing. I know there's certain things that you can't do at this moment, and they need to come to terms with that. But you also need to be able to do things yourself so you don't fall into a slump. This will take you backwards to a depression. So you don't need to be falling backwards, but you do need to be speaking your mind. And that's what this dream is trying to tell you. Your dream is trying to tell you, hey, speak up, say what you got to say, because if you don't, the longer you wait, the longer you hold, the harder it's going to be. And when you actually do speak your mind at that moment, what's going to happen to you is you're going to say it and it's going to come off like sharp knives, and they're going to be like, well, we didn't know. Well, I'm trying to tell you, but you're not listening. So I need you to hear me. And you keeping it balled up to yourself, girl, that's not doing you any favors either. That's why it's painful to you, because it's driving you crazy internally. It's feeling painful. It's like, but you ever heard the saying biting your lip or biting your tongue? That's exactly what you're doing with this glass, except for it's painful. So do let them know where you do need to be independent and allow them to realize. Okay. All right. So you had a second part to that. It says, I have a lot of dreams that I actually orgasm, but weirdly, they are actually sexual. And I like to dream, like, I dream about walking down the street or doing some cleaning. Okay. So these are some fantasizing dreams. Even though that the dream is not sexual in the sense of the things that you're doing or the acts that you're doing within the dream, but you are in that type of mood. You are not expressing your deeper fantasies to your partner. So let's say you would find it to be sexy if you were cleaning the house and all of a sudden Adam comes into the picture on the floor and I'll make a new mess. It's sexy. Or going to a public area and all of a sudden you guys get a little freaky and you're doing it in a public place. It's all of a sudden you have these cravings. So that there's a possibility, there's that excitement, there's that possibility that we may get caught, there's that possibility that someone will see us, there's that possibility we can get in trouble. There is, what do they call that, adrenaline that goes with that, there's a thrill that goes with it, there's excitement that comes with that. And so which this is telling me that you're, and I'm not speaking poorly on your sex life, but I am going to say that it sounds a little dull and you're looking for some spiciness. And says, well, I wouldn't complain. Right. So you're needing a little bit something different in the bedroom. Maybe a little bit of role playing. Maybe you put on a French maid's uniform, or you dress up as something real sexy, like a dominant sex worker type outfit. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. Dress up as a sexy nurse. Have him dressed up as a doctor. Whatever. But you guys need to role play. But to me, what the stream is telling me is that you guys are not speaking on your fantasies, and that there is one dying to come out, and that you need a little bit of extra spice, because the only spice you guys are working with is like bran flakes. Like literally, it sounds bland, and you're very brand flaked, and you're like, I need, like, let's add some frosting, let's throw some fruit in there, let's add something to what we have because we can make it better. And it feels like we're working with the same moves. Nothing's happening. You already know the outcome. That's why you're not seeing that sexual contact. That's why it's not coming off to you in a sexual way. Because I was cleaning the house and I had a nocturnal orgasm. That doesn't make sense to me. Right, because the sexy part was cut out, just like in your present sex life, your waking sex life, you're not being satisfied. And I know that, like I said, that's not a dig at your partner, but it is something that you need to express, because if you get bored in the sack, eventually you fall asleep rather than have a little fun. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to fall asleep, because you'll fall asleep, they fall in love, and then you're still bored. Talk about your fantasies with your partner. Talk about them, because you're going to be just as surprised as that they have their own fantasies of their own that they've yet to express to you. We don't have to be creative with being long distance, but we miss physical. Exactly, you're missing that physical touch, but it is, like I said, it is kind of boring at the moment. Now you guys can do like things over the internet or over the phone, where you guys can talk to each other in a certain way, like you just called the sexy hotline, whatever the hell it is you want to be like. you know I don't I don't suggest doctor over the longest part while you're on the phone, because be like, you're calling, your medical records came in, you've got, yeah, that won't be sexy at all. So don't do that part. But think of different things. Talk about each other's fantasies. What is it that's something that you want to do? That way you guys can put something together. But don't not say it. But the thing is that you need to do something that stimulates this relationship, because to you it's feeling there is worry that things are getting a little bit bland, and that the possibility that he may get bored and walk out. That's another reason why dream is coming up. So it's not only craving something more, but there's also that fear that he could walk away if things become too bland. But I do feel this also walks into the part where your glass is in your mouth and you're picking out shards of glass because you're not speaking on what you're feeling. So, Gemma, do yourself a favor, some self love, some self appreciation. Talk about your, don't talk about them with your mom and dad. I know they're right now. But definitely tell them how you feel and how you need to be independent. But when it comes to your fantasy side, the reason the sexy part got cut out of that nocturnal orgasm you had going on there, the thing is that you're not being able to speak it, or you're afraid to speak it due to the fact that there's a possibility that he would walk away, or you're scared that he may think you're weird. guess what? You're both going to like each other's weirdness. That's how you guys mingle. And she put, yes, that all makes sense now. Absolutely. So I would definitely speak up on this.
For sure. All I gotta say, Jim, is bomb chicka wonk wonk.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Yeah, yeah.
Get it, girl. I
Yeah.
ain't mad at you.
No way. Don't be mad at that. She put thank you. You are so welcome, honey. And woo, you got some built up tension.
Girl, put that red lipstick on and send him a picture. Just do
Exactly.
it.
Put your best put your best titty shirt on and put that red lipstick
Perk
on.
him out, girl.
Snap a pic. Snap a pic. Because you're even in your dreams, you're screaming for the attention.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Gemma, wow, that was a
That was a
lot.
good one.
That was a good one. And then I
Very
saw
good.
her into it and she says, "You guys
We're going to get you comfy, Gemma.
get comfortable with yourself. There is nothing wrong with you being, some of the best partners talk about fantasy with each other. Because if you're not going to talk about those fantasies with your partner, what's going to end up happening is they build up. And this is why people cheat and things of that nature. They want to live those fantasies that they have in their own heads. So speak your fantasies. There's nothing wrong with talking to your partner and allowing yourself that opportunity to communicate about how you sexually feel and that sexual direction you would like to try. Maybe it's something you never tried, and then you try it and you're like, okay, well, not down for that. Not down for that. I thought I'd like
They
it.
have really great things now, Gemma, for long distance relationships. I'm just saying they got like Bluetooth things and stuff. Look it up. Awesome.
Things that go a little buzz, 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 buzz,
Where's Gemma at?
Get that oh shit moment. Just make sure you're sitting down.
We love you, Gemma. Sending you
All
lots of
right.
love, honey bun.
Thank you so much for that dream. We appreciate it. See, guys, it's just like that. You get just a little deeper into the understandings of what these dreams meant, and even in the fact that she couldn't talk to her parents about certain things. The glass also was a representation about what she couldn't tell to her own partner, fear. So, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it comes together.
It does. That it does. All right. Well, let's keep it going. Are we ready for the next one?
Here we go.
All right, here we go. This is a long one, guys. Let's do it. All right, we've got Emma. And it says, hi, guys. Had a dream where I was driving down the road in a red car, and it was crystal clear night outside. Then there was a stretch of woods that appeared, and the person that I was in the car with me was my friend Dean. We were talking and having a good laugh, and then a stretch of woods to the right disappeared. Dean tells me to pull over to the right side of the road. I pulled over, and he said to me, "Thank you so much for everything, but it is my time. My time is up. I must go." I asked Dean where he is going. He says, "I must go." Then he pulls a briefcase from the back of the car, opens the car door, brings the briefcase with him as he sprints off into the darkness. I called his name multiple times, but he didn't even look back. He just kept running. I start to cry as I close the car door and I get back into the driver's seat. Then I take a deep breath and continue to drive as I wipe away tears. 2 hours worth of driving. I see to my right a Halloween themed amusement park fair. I totally forgot it was October until then. I take a sharp right turn into the parking lot where the fair is. I randomly find a $10 bill on the car floor, and I bring it with me. I had my favorite pink Abercrombie hoodie on too. I was also wearing a Hollister jeans, tan Timberlands. My hair was silk silky straight a chocolate and a chocolate brown color and long. I also was wearing fake eyelashes and I was smiling. I continue to smile as I walk to the front gate of the fair, and then I get to the front of the gate, and the entry clerk says that it'll be $10. I smiled and handed him my $10 bill. As soon as I hand this money, he gave me my band and let me. I automatically get in line for one of the rides that looked like a spinning top as I started to move up the line. All of a sudden, I see behind me this absolute gorgeous and breathtaking guy my age with shiny blonde, swift hair and bright ocean blue eyes and pearly white teeth. He was Caucasian. Girl, how are you dreaming about me? Um, he was dressed in black Nike hood, uh, light was jeans, a pair of tan slins, and a gold necklace, and both earlobes were pierced. He started to stare at me with a gorgeous glow. His eyes and his smile were undeniable. He nods his head and tells me to come over to where he is standing after we exchange the cute glances. Then I get out of the line and from the ride and walk to where he is standing. A wooden bench behind him. He then looks straight into my eyes, into my soul. He makes an irresistible smile at me and continues to lock eye contact with me and says in a seductive voice, "Hi Emma, I've been looking for you everywhere. Wow, you aren't you gorgeous?" I asked him what his name is. He replied, "Dominic. It's a pleasure." Then I smile back at him as I blush and cannot help but smile back, but his eyes continue to also pierce right into my soul. Wow, it is literally impossible to resist you, I said to Dominic as we leaned in closer to each other as he is holding both my hands in his. He then gives me a long kiss on the right cheek. Okay, I'm starting to see it. Like there's a long pattern. Everything's on the right. Everything's on the right. So there's a huge pattern going that direction. Um, yeah, he wrapped his arms around me as I giggled and smiled. He continued to kiss my neck and hug me. Then he picked me up, spun me around, and everything disappeared and turned turned black and white. Dominic says to me, "You're mine. You will be mine no matter no questions asked." He turns into a demon with short hair, huge black eyes, and had a huge evil smile of sharp white teeth. Dominic then says, I'm trying to figure out if I'm reading a dream or a book. Um, Dom says, but I this. She's providing details. She's giving us everything that I remember. So this is beautiful. Dominic says, like I said, you're mine, and you will be mine, only princess. And then he puts the right side of my neck aggressively, looking right in my eyes again, and there was a light flash. And then I woke up, and I noticed shortly after I woke up there was a red mark right exactly where Dominic bit me at the end of the dream. Okay, wow. Lots of detail, lots of detail. So, looking immediately, so you see yourself in the car. You don't mention that there's someone into the car until like the second or third sentence, which means you notice that you were in the car, but you didn't notice anybody else until you actually got the understanding that you were in a vehicle. So life is traveling around you pretty quickly, and that's why the red car you're looking at one of the chakras. I'll save some stuff for Kay. She'll talk to you about them chakras. The thing is that I'm also seeing speed as a representation to you as like a sports car, red. You're driving. It's a fun, wild time. It's kind of passing you by very quickly. So this is what I'm seeing when it comes to stream. Also, you look over to the right of you. Boom. There's your friend. Dean is there. Dean is laughing, having a good time. You're remembering what all good times, all the good things that you and Dean had once had. As you're driving down the road, a strip of woods comes up. To you, woods are mysterious. They have many things. There's a lot of unhidden, untold stories within the woods. So that is where your mind is taking you when it takes you to the woods, because the woods have the unknown. They have the things where you don't understand, and they may confuse you or scare you, or they may even intrigue you, but then they disappear. Dean's telling you pull over to the right. Again, everything going to the right. She goes, wow, that's crazy, but I get what you are saying so far. Right. So now we're going to the right. So everything needs to be right. And it's not the fact that it's the direction right, but the word right keeps coming out. You're looking for the right path. You're looking for the right things. You're looking for the right people. Dean is a person. Now there's a briefcase. When you guys pull over, Dean grabs this briefcase and he leaves with this briefcase. He is leaving with secret. What is going on in his life right now that is separating the two of you? Life was so good, so fun, so crazy, so happy that all of a sudden Dean has changed. He's not looking back. He's just telling you he's got to go. There's no explanation. There's a bag of secrets with him. That briefcase is full of secrets. What are those secrets? What aren't you telling me, Dean? Why are you just leaving? You don't chase after him, meaning you know that no matter what you do, he's still going to go on his way. So you let him go. But knowing that you need to travel on, you get back into the driver's seat. You see something that this will bring me fun. The thing about the theme park is it's about entertainment. Now we're going to get to this. The name brands that you were wearing, the Abercrombie, the Timberlands, the Nike, all the name brands, the gold, the representation of the gold, wealth, entertainment. But here now, the guy who swoops in as you go to where what makes you happy. Let's say we'll use TikTok, or we'll use Instagram, or whatever platform you're trying to use to, let's say, be noticed, be seen, be heard, to be respected, to be taken seriously. That's why these brands stood out, because people take those brands very seriously. When you hear, oh, I got Nikes, they take that very seriously. Oh, Nike, I trust Nike. That's what they mean. They trust it. They know it's a brand they can trust. It's been reliable. It is quality. So you're at this theme park. Again, entertainment. You're wanting to be entertained, knowing you can learn something from this experience. And you did. Well, you're about to. So as you're standing in line, waiting your turn to get to that part where you would get on the ride, you would be a part of that entertainment, where you would be seen and heard. She says, I'm listening, laugh out loud. And yes, you are correct. Wow, you're great at this. So you are going into a world where you don't know what's going to happen when you get on this ride, but you're going to go for this wild ride and see where it takes you. What is it going to do for me? Is it going to all of a sudden I get new ideas. I see or meet and understand some new people. I meet people my own way. And you would have, until Dreamy Eyes pulled you off to the side. When Dreamy Eyes pulled you to the side, these are your distractions that are happening in real life. It's shiny, it's pretty, it's cute, it's telling me I'm the world. But then at the end, it's got demon eyes, it's sucking your blood, and it's biting you, making you realize what is going on is that you were taken from what you wanted to do. You're being taken away from the thing that brings you happiness, your goal, what you need to learn to be a part of that part of entertainment. You are not getting there because someone always seems to stop you, put on glamours for you. That's the other thing about those name brands, is that they were glamours. Notice he only had one. It only took one name brand item and a piece of gold to make you trust him. Because why? We trust those brands. We trust in gold. Gold is real. It's worth a lot of money. We're trusting in that. That's wealth. That's okay. This guy must know what he's doing. He's got gold on. He's wearing that gold. He's got wealth. He's going to teach me something. He's going to provide me with something. Now, the dream's not quite telling you in the way that you would tell somebody in waking life. The dream is trying to get you to interpret what it's trying to tell you. So, I'm going to tell you this with this dream and everything that's going on, every time you get closer to your ultimate goal, which is being in the entertainment industry, someone walks in, promises the world, and then takes it away from you. And then you have to start all over again. And feel as though that these people push friends away, like Dean. Dean left you a gift when you were getting ready to go to this theme park because Dean knew that you were going in that direction. Wanted to leave you with a small token of his appreciation to you. But at the same time, Dean leaves with secrets. So whatever secrets you feel that your friends have going on behind your back, maybe sit down and have a conversation with a couple of them and find out where they stand and how your guys' relationships are. But getting back to this carnival where everybody is at and you had the opportunity to almost get on this, that you almost had your opportunity and then somebody came and swooped in, took you out of it, makes it seem like they're going to promise you the world with flashy blue eyes and beautiful teeth. And she says the briefcase of secrets. Right, exactly. It's a briefcase of secrets. These are the things that aren't told to you. That may be said behind your back or just conversation between, friends. Secrets don't necessarily mean bad things. So I don't want you to go down that route. I want you to listen to what possibly they may be saying. Like maybe they've got something they want to say to you that they don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't know how to say it, so they keep it amongst each other. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just something that they don't know how to communicate to you. Or they don't want to communicate because it's bad about somebody else. And if they say it to you, then you're going to want to get yourself involved. And they don't want to bring that to your, because they know that you're working on something else. So, shiny boy, remember, just because it's shiny, dangly, has money, looks good, talks the game, looks the game, doesn't mean it's what you're looking for. The path that you take amongst yourselves and the path that you've been led to will be led there by you, not by Mr. Shiny or anybody else that's in Mr. Shiny mode. But what they did was they used everything they knew that would get your attention. So your own wants are being used against you, and you need to be able to kind of toughen yourself up, not show your cards about everything that you want in your life, because they're seeing it, and every time you get closer to what you want, they take it away by bringing somebody who pretends to be giving what you want. And the reason you had a red mark on your neck is because you pinched yourself to wake up. Because when you're sleeping, you pinch yourself to see if you're dreaming. I'm going to pass this over to Kay.
I was in love with some of the names you gave, like Dreamy Eyes and Shiny Boy. Emma wrote, "Move in silence." Absolutely. Okay. First of all, I agree with everything he said. I concur. I'm going to touch on a few of the things that I just noted. One thing that stood out to me in the very beginning of your dream was loss. The thing that really struck me was almost death, right? You were leaving behind one person, whether you wanted to or not, right? You had no control over it. And then you moved on to something else. And death is also a rebirth in when I think tarot, right? Say we're going into this new phase, this new place here, right? Going into that carnival. And there you were recovering. You were finding the joy in things again. You were finding the happiness. You were amping up to get ready to go to something. But then again, just like you said, something distracted you. I think here the devil, right? The devil here always has that idea of sabotage, and they will distract you from your course of what you're supposed to do. There was that briefcase that was left, right? And that's that undisclosed baggage. There's things that you haven't even gotten to face or gotten a chance to do, because these other things keep coming in your way. The $10 struck me a lot. You mentioned that 10 several times. And 10 can indicate independence. But finding small amounts of money can denote that there's small worries you may be having. Emma says another name for shiny boy could be devil boy. Exactly. um, but yeah, finding small amounts of money like $10 typically denotes that you do have some worries, right? So there were some things here in this dream. You were concerned. You didn't know where your friend was going. You didn't know why they were leaving. You didn't know this new person. There was a lot of anxieties that can kind of pop up here. But it can also indicate that there's happiness that's there on the other side. But you have to be willing to find that happiness. Can right, you're finding this money, you need to find your sense of happiness. um Also understand that changes can come too, right? You were able to give that 10, you had the exact amount of money that you needed to get to the other thing, right? So you were willing to embrace this change that you found, right, that you came across, and you were able to go into the desires that you wanted. But again, right, you were restricted because now something else caught your eye. Like all that glitters isn't always gold, right? What's in front of you can sometimes be more of a distraction in what the path that you're on. You had a lot of those labels that were sticking out, the Nike and I think it was Abercrombie, all these big designer names, right? And again, that's our image. How are you portraying? How are you seeing things in your life? What is the lifestyle that you're wanting? What is it that you're desiring? Right. And I feel like if you would have maybe have gotten to get a chance to get on that ride and really take it, you never know where you may have gotten a chance to go. But because again, you had these restrictions and then you're having this thing that is leeching off of you, right? It's changed, it's transformed from what it was into something else. Again, that kind of goes along with right back at the beginning, um, where the thing that you thought was you were so familiar with, your friend you thought who was in your life left you, something you weren't expecting. Emma said aesthetics play a big role in my life. I can see it makes a lot of sense. That image, that attention, that desire to be accepted is really huge. Um, I think here there's a lot here where your energy is needing to find yourself and what makes you happy. Forget about all the distractions. Understand that things are going to come and go in your life. Understand that some things may bring life is going to throw you all those options, right? It's up to you if you choose to follow the course or not. The course was everything was leading you. You found the money. You got to the park. You had the exact amount that you needed. You were on the course. You were part of the course, but you got distracted by something that wasn't in the lane of which you had already set yourself up for. So I think you need to really be mindful of your present day distractions that you may have in your life. What is your quote unquote devil boy in your regular life? Right? What's that shiny thing that you can't seem to get out of your mind because maybe you're focusing on the wrong things and you're losing out on things that actually have more purpose and fulfillment in your life. Maybe it's time to refocus, I would say definitely. Um, I would also take time again because those colors came in, right? The pink, the red, the black. That's focusing on your heart chakra. That's focusing on your root chakra. That's making sure you're feeling protected and aligned in yourself. When we think of our heart, what is our that's our desires. What do we want? What do we love? But also our sense of stability. So that may also play a huge part in how are you maintaining in your regular life? How is your finances? How is your career? How are those things handling for you? Or are you being able to follow the course that's being laid out in front of you? Or are there things that are deterring you and taking you off the course of what your heart is truly desiring or what you're really wanting? Um, yeah, you do have some. She says, I need to put myself first. You're right. Yeah, there is some things here where I do feel like there's, when the guy with the guy, there's the attraction and that pull there, but um I really feel like this is more you needing to find that sense of focus of what it is that you're trying to achieve, of where it is that you are wanting to go. uh Again, here I'm going to use this tarot again, but the fool, it reminds me of the fool, right? The fool has the opportunities to go anywhere, but he gets so excited that sometimes he's not looking out what's right in front of him, though he's getting the warnings, though he's seeing the signs. He's not paying attention because he's just enjoying that route. So maybe it's time for you to put a little bit more focus into your life and follow what makes you happy. Huh? So I hope that helps. That's a really, really good dream. Really, really detailed, Emma. And I said, Journey will come back. Journey, Journey, Journey. If you say Journey
Yeah,
3 times, he appears.
just like a genie. But that red, the car is her root chakra, which
Mm,
she was driving with. So again, paying attention, as you were saying, that's I tried to leave the chakras for you, but I had to throw that in because the red. You said all the other
yes.
parts about the red car. I'm like, but that's the driving force, the root chakra. It's what's driving her at this point. But the thing is that this is, um, you know, she's so close to getting what she wants so many times
Mm,
that things are distracting her or keeping her from getting there, and then other people seeing what she has about her. It's like she was on the path to get what she wanted, and then something took her away from that,
it
so
was
she got
literally
it
laid
in time.
out for her. It was
Yep,
laid out. She finds the 10. That's the exact denotation that the man said that she needed to get where she needed to go. And she's like,
exactly.
here's that 10, let me throw it away.
Ta-da! All right, Emma, thank you so much for that dream. And when we write down your dreams, that is like an example. That's like a prime example. We should have that on a bulletin board of how to give that, because that was so much to go off of, and completed the dream for us to take it full circle.
Yeah.
And she goes, and the funny thing is, the people in my real life actually look similar to the devil boy.
Mm.
Something to be aware of. Be conscious of that.
Mm.
Conscious of that, because in the dream, your friend ran away from you, left you. Thanks for everything. Bye. Did you
Look, I gotta go. Yeah.
again? You got used both times. You got used in the sense of your friend was like, "Thanks for the ride. Here's $10. Bye." Then you're at the theme park. Another guy taking you away from your dream, and then saying, "Ha, I got you. You're mine forever." Don't allow that to happen. She goes, "I will do my homework by saying no to the devil boy." Exactly. Exactly. All right, we got time for another dream, so let's go ahead and take our next dream. Kate will be starting us off with this one.
My
And
turn.
here we go.
All right, we have Norma. Norma says, I dream a lot of my deceased husband. Most of the dreams turn to intimacy. Sometimes he is just there or we are doing something together. Lord, I miss him and I'm trying to move forward. Journey, yes, I'm trying, but you already know I'm not the bar hopping person. LOL. So is Buster trying to tell me something? Okay, well, first I want to say sorry for your loss on your husband. I can't imagine that pain that you must feel. There is a lot of desire, I think, that is in this dream. The desire to have that person that you love. They're having that again. Those are nocturnal orgasms. We'll say it again today. That you're having those intimacy and those times like that, and wanting to have that. I think that there is that sense of you know him visiting in certain ways, but I do feel like you are genuinely just missing that connection, missing that energy. And I see you say, yeah, you do try to go out, but maybe you're not ready, honey. Take your time to heal, because if your subconscious is pulling so much that you're having those dreams and you're having him so frequently visit, you may be needing to take time to just allow your heart to get to a place of being able to move forward. honor that spirit. Take your time to sit with it and feel whatever it is that you need to feel. Um, I didn't feel any instance here of him pushing you to go and date or anything of that nature. But if you are feeling called to do that, then go out and do such. Pour yourself out there, open yourself up. But to me, I would say there's a lot of you missing. There's a lot of that desire that's here, and there's a want to have that fulfillment again. Um, there's a lot of heartbreak that seems to be, still here in your energy. And I think that's very much so showing in your nighttime life and your dream world. Okay. So I hope that helps, and I'll pass it over to Journey.
All right, Norma. So I'm going to pull your question back up or your dream back up and says, I dream a lot of my deceased husband. Most of the dreams turn into intimacy. Sometimes he's just here or just doing something together. Lord, I miss him. I'm trying to move forward. Journey, yes, I'm trying, but you already know I'm not a bar hopping person. Laugh out loud. So is this Buster trying to tell me something? Okay, so it's not more of along the lines of Buster trying to tell you something, but what you're interpreting is that your attachment, your connection, your love for Buster has kept you from moving forward. It has kept you from connecting with the right person. Now, it's not telling you to go out and be a bar hopper, but it is talking about you going to be social. So you're not being as social, because Buster wasn't just your sexual lover. He was also your partner, your best friend, was everything to you. He was the person you hung out with. He was the person you danced with. You guys talked about your day with each other. You're not doing that. And you're missing that side of the relationship. Yeah, sometimes it turns sexual. Once again, nocturnal orgasm. We're theme of the night, I'm telling you. Uh, but the thing is that in this particular scenario, I do believe that you have shut yourself off socially. You don't have that person to unwind with. It is something that you miss deeply. It is something that you need on your own, I would say, your own mental health to allow yourself to be able to open up, to be able to, you know, talk with somebody, to unwind and maybe communicate with somebody. So suggestions on that is to possibly, let's say, maybe you like to go play cards, or you like to go look at paintings, or do the wine with paints. They have little classes and things like that. Maybe a sculpting class, or a knitting class, something to get you out of the house, mingling with people. If that's not something you feel like you can do, then talk to a spiritual advisor, whether that be a psychic, whether that be a priest, a preacher, a minister, whoever your spiritual presence is. Have that conversation with them. Talk to them about your day. Doesn't always necessarily have to be about you asking a question, but more along the lines of having the ability to communicate. So, on my show, we talk. We're going to talk not just about the tiles on the wall. We're going to talk about how you're feeling, what you're doing, how you get, what's the direction you want to go in, what is it that you're looking for, how are you feeling. Talk about what has been bothering you during your day. You don't have anybody to vent to. Your venting system is blocked. You're stuck with all of your thoughts, all of your memories, and the person who used to be that sounding board is your husband. So here's another thing, and I know a lot of people are like, you talk to them, you'll keep them here. That's not necessarily true, because your husband has crossed over. But the thing is that you can talk to your angels. You can talk to your guides. You can also talk to him. Let out some of the things. I know sometimes you sounds like you're just sitting there talking to yourself, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. My grandmother used to tell me, when you talk to yourself, you're talking to the only person that understands you. No one's gonna understand you better than you do. Yes, do you want to hear something back? Are you looking for that communication back? That's when you can, talk to your advisor, talk to your priest, or open yourself up to being more social. This dream to me is more about you not being socialized and not having the things you used to have, things that you're missing. Stop shutting yourself off to the world. Try to open yourself up and maybe do something a little bit different. Even if that's gardening with some friends, start a garden club. Everybody bring your favorite vegetable. We'll grow them all. We'll all take care of them together. And then each person who brought their own thing can provide something for the other people. So if you're growing tomatoes and the other one's growing peas, now you've got tomatoes and peas. We're already starting off with a great pasta sauce. So allow yourself to open the door, even if it's not going out, but bringing people in. But make sure you're keeping an eye on who you bring in. You don't want to release all of your information to people that you may feel can judge you or can use you. Don't show your vulnerable side until you can form that trust. Okay? That's what I can say on that. Norma, thank you so much for that dream. And I understand, and I am sorry for your loss. You know that we've talked to your husband through mediumship a couple times, and he's really just dived deep on some of the things that you've been feeling. And now it's about you feeling that social block, and you really need to be able to vent and feel human. We all do.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of love to you, honey. That's intense.
It's not an easy one, and especially to have him come into the dream. It's just reminding you that that love and security that you once had, you feel is lost, but you're not being able to speak. And sometimes it turns into that brown chicken, brown cow, because you missed that too. You missed that too. There ain't no doubt in that. You missed that too. But it's very intimate night with some of these dreams, and some of these dreams have their own twists and they turns and
Twists and turns, all kinds of stuff.
I love the symbolism of dreams because people don't quite see it that way until it's explained and they're like, holy shit, I did not see it that way. Absolutely. As we could say about Emma's dream, she's driving her root chakra. She's getting to where she needs to be, but she keeps getting distracted along the way. That might tell her to keep her focus. Perfect. And then Gemma, where she's not speaking what she needs to speak and having kind of like a boring sex life at the moment, because distance does create a boring sex life. It's hard to not have that physical touch with somebody when they're across the globe and it takes forever to get to that person. Yeah. And Emma said, no more double talking. Absolutely not. Don't let anybody distract you from your dreams, Emma, because that's a big thing that I saw happening. That being distracted every time you get close enough, someone pulls you right
Pulls
back
it
out.
away.
Yep, and you're like, son of a bitch, I was already here. Now I got to get to the end of the line, start all over again. What people don't realize is that something like a theme park has an expiration date. They move. They don't stay put. She said theme park fair. A fair moves. It doesn't stay.
Yeah, that's true.
And they have a limited time. And then the devil's trying to take over. So then she's got to start over, find the new location, start all over again. And it really sucks. And by starting all over and moving to a new location, it's simple as changing the platform you're on, changing the name of the platform you're on, whatever it is that you're doing. Rebranding. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Challenge, but you can do it. That's the thing, is you have the path and you're already on it. So just stay focused.
The Halloween theme was like not necessarily the month that she was in, but something that excites her, something that she likes, which is also attached to the theme park itself. So, she goes, I just like the TikTok band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like that TikTok band. Exactly. All right, guys. This has been beautiful. Okay, this has been a wonderful show, guys. Keep in mind, we are here every Wednesday, but next week we are on a break. So next week, the only show we're going to have next week on Monday is Kay the Intuitive Empath. So check her out. But tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, you're going to catch me, Journey Ryan, live right here on My Psychic Connection. Guys, tune in. Kay, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much. And you have a beautiful night.
Night, guys.
Night, guys.